This week on Council Bluffs News, restored hope. Council Bluffs residents crossing their fingers as the Mall of the Bluffs claims new ownership. Then, keeping community close. How performers of productions at the IWCC Arts Center are making memories. Plus, the Council Bluffs Home and Landscape Show. What brings people from all over Southwest Iowa to the Mid-America Center. That and more, all on this week's Council Bluffs News. Hello and welcome to this week's Council Bluffs News. I'm James Lathrop. In 1986, the Mall of the Bluffs opened to the public as Council Bluffs' premier shopping center. Located just off I-80, the mall was a shopping hotspot for years. But after a recession and other retail centers opening to the south, the mall has fallen on tough times. However, finally there may be a light at the end of the tunnel. 26 years isn't that old. It's a fact the Mall of the Bluffs has seen better days, but maybe there's even better days ahead.
The first notification we got of it was an email that said to prepare for sale.
Bruce Bianchetta is the mall's operation manager. He tells me a handful of companies have shown interest in purchasing the 730,000 square foot building.
We were first notified in early December that the mall was actively being looked at by people. We had known for quite a while that the mall was on the market.
Namdar Realty Group of Great Neck, New York, specializes in revitalization of old malls. In December, the current owner of the mall, General Growth Properties, pushed to sell.
General Growth had wanted to close the deal out prior to the end of the year, and Namdar said that they couldn't get it done that quickly, so they backed out of the deal at that point.
With no deal by the end of the year, General Growth Properties began looking again in January. Luckily, Namdar still interested.
The mall actually finally transferred ownership on the 15th, last Friday.
The company reports they want to keep the mall as a retail center, including the current tenants.
I hope that's a good thing. I hope they do something big about it.
Travis Gray works at Precision Time and is also a manager at Bath & Body Works. With nothing set in stone for the new shops, rumors are flying. The idea of a Macy's in the mall has been mentioned a number of times.
It'd be cool if they got a store that no other malls have. That would almost force like some of the Omaha people to come down here and check it out too.
Nearby at Retro Junction, the new ownership is easing Tony Krejci's concerns.
Actually, there's a sense of relief because now I feel there's, with a new owner, new blood, new energy, more excitement.
Positive effects of the purchase already in motion. Tony was looking to move his store from the mall, but he's decided to stay after hearing the good news.
I think it's going to take time. Things are not going to change overnight, but we're willing to give the new owners a year or whatever it's going to take to see what kind of improvements they can do and to make this mall really a busy place again.
Anchor stores such as Target, Sears, and JCPenney's are the bread and butter stores of a mall. However, the new owners are looking to lease out the empty spaces in the center of the mall and work outward. The Iowa Western Arts Center holds a good deal of productions throughout the year, and lately the plays and concerts have been going to be on the stage, creating connections between the performers and the community. Students of Kern Middle School Choir file into Iowa Western's Arts Center. The mood is tense because time is limited.
Devin, slide over.
After a few run-throughs, the main attraction takes the stage.
We are the Harlem Gospel Choir, and we are so excited to be with you this afternoon.
The Harlem Gospel Choir taking time out of their tour schedule to practice with these students, both set to sing later that evening. It's one of the many ways that the Arts Center is pushing incoming performers to reach out to the community.
For my students, it'll be an opportunity that they probably will not ever have again.
Deborah Masker is the choir director for Kern Middle School.
And the students at Kern Middle School who are involved in show choir, both celebration and center stage, will have the opportunity tonight to sing one selection with the Harlem Gospel Choir.
One of the exercises that we do is extended breathing.
However, this afternoon's session is more than just a practice.
Basically what we do is we teach them where the origin of gospel music came from. We also did some vocal exercises with them and some warm-ups. We taught them a song that they're actually going to be singing with us tonight.
At the center in downtown Council Bluffs, another workshop taking place.
Basically, whenever we do the show, we try and go out into the community and teach workshops.
Sean Lewis is the director and playwright for Mayberry, an upcoming production at the IWCC Arts Center.
Where I grew up, we didn't have a lot of people who were writers or storytellers, so it wasn't something that I thought people became. So I tend to like to try and talk and teach classes where people can get a chance to tell their own stories.
Lewis's student, Jan Sutherland, already a bit of a writer herself, learns it all starts with a question.
You answer the question like some smell of food that you remember, and then that leads to wherever you go, and that's a way of getting started writing.
The story Sutherland chose of a tree near her childhood home in Kansas.
So many memories of people that climb that tree. For little kids, they could climb a tree. They're 4-year-old, they go up, this high.
The following day, a panel discussion, including Lewis and a handful of members of the community, from city council members to public school officials, taking place in the Arts Center's Black Box. The panel discussed how Mayberry, a production that explores the obstacles of urbanization and diversity, relates to Council Bluffs. Just another way the Iowa Western's Arts Center stays involved with the community. Arts Center Director Molly Noon tells me the Arts Center at Iowa Western presents 2 annual series that strive to provide engaging and impactful artistic experiences for the residents of Council Bluffs in southwest Iowa. To learn more, go to artscenter.iwcc.edu. Time for News Around the Bluffs, sponsored by Ed's Flagpole Company of Council Bluffs, right off Valley View Drive between Madison Avenue and Highway 92. The City Council approves Mayor Tom Hannafin's 2014 city operating budget. The vote comes at a City Council meeting Monday, February 25th. Under the mayor's new budget, the general fund tax levy for city services will be lowered from $17.85 per $1,000 to $17.75. 2004 was the last time that this tax rate was this low, although there will be an increase in tax rate on residential properties. It's due to a decrease in residential property rollbacks. The taxable value of properties will increase from 50.8% to 52.8%. The city forecasts a budget just under $105,569,000, hoping to keep the city's head above water with projected revenues bringing in just over $105,650,000. The 2014 budget starts July 1st. Also happening at that City Council meeting, the approval of a new ordinance that requires all Council Bluffs pawn shops to photograph the seller of an item. Until now, this was only required for out-of-state residents. The move comes from a push of the Council Bluffs Police Department to amend the ordinance to crack down on the selling of stolen property. The Council Bluffs Public Arts Commission approves a new statue to be placed in River's Edge Park. This is an artist's rendering of the sculpture. The commission voted 6-2, moving the discussion to the City Council for final approval. If approved, the 65-foot tall sculpture donated by the Iowa West Foundation will most likely be placed on the great lawn of the park before its grand opening in late May. No word yet on when the issue will go before council members. Several residents attending the Arts Commission meeting expressed disapproval for the statue. You can let us know what you think of it on our Facebook page. That's facebook.com/CBTV17. Coming up on Council Bluffs News, does your home need a makeover? Well, hopefully you attended the Council Bluffs Home and Landscape Show. More on that later. And after the break, Mary Jones has some wonderful adoptable pets for you this week in Pets of the Week.
I'm starving. What's for breakfast?
Guten Tag!
Johannes, Franz!
I bring you arts-enriched Raisinblums, fortified with increased test scores and creative problem-solving skills.
It's good!
And good for you.
Bobby? Susie?
Don't worry, that's just the power of the arts!
Feed your kids the arts. For 10 simple ways to learn how, visit AmericansForTheArts.org.
So my uncle calls and he says he's dizzy and he's losing his balance. I'm like, Unc, you want me to take you to a doctor? He's like, no, I'm gonna look up the symptoms. I said, your symptoms are you're dizzy and you're losing your balance. So he said, I can't get on the internet because my arm is numb. I said, well, use your good arm and dial 911. Stroke's no joke. If you or someone you love is showing symptoms of stroke, don't wait because it might be too late. Dial 911. Time lost is brain lost.
For you. Hey, Mom.
You know, girls, I used to cheer back in my day. Ready? Okay! Go team!
That was amazing, amazing, amazing. Mom, that was amazing.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of siblings in foster care who'll take you just as you are.
Hi, it's Elmo.
And I'm Secretary Kathleen Sebelius.
Elmo and Secretary Sebelius are here to tell you how to stay healthy this flu season.
First, you learn to sneeze into the bend of your arm like this.
Oh, very good. Always wash your hands really well.
And remember to have a plan in case your child is too sick for school, so someone can stay home with them until they get better.
Stay healthy, America.
Now the big guy comes up with that, hitting .342 with 92 RBIs and 36 homers.
Chill raw and prepared foods promptly. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Here's this week's Pets of the Week with Mary Jones. Brought to you by Mad Cow Paintball of Louisville, Nebraska.
Hi, welcome to the Council Bluffs Animal Shelter. I'm Mary Jones, founder and president of Solus, support a local animal shelter. And this little dog sitting in my lap, so very cute, is Snickers, the candy bar dog. He is a 6.5-year-old Boston Terrier mix who suffers from separation anxiety. So he really needs a home where someone is home most of the time to give him the love, attention, and security that he needs. He's already been neutered and he's just absolutely adorable. Look how good he's just sitting here being such a good little boy. Snickers, the candy bar dog, file number 3119. I'd like you to meet Charlie, the Cocker Spaniel. He's 5 years old and he's all decked out in a beautiful brown and white suit. He's not really a lap dog. He's trying really hard to get off of my lap. If you're interested in the beautiful Cocker Spaniel named Charlie, his file number is 3154. If you like your cats really, really big, Dio is the perfect cat for you. He's 2 years old, he's already been neutered, and he's just, oh, he's so soft and so cuddly. He's at the shelter because his former family moved someplace that wouldn't allow pets. So now he's here at the shelter waiting for you to give him that perfect home. Dio, file number 3102. Socks, I'm fairly sure got his name because of his white socks in his feet. Well, and he's also got, I guess he could have been named Mittens too because he's got little tiny white mittens on his front feet. He's 1 to 2 years old, and he is just an adorable kitty cat. Oh, see, he's saying, oh, please come adopt me. I'm such a wonderful boy. I'll give you lots of love and attention. Socks, file number 2011.
If you're interested in adopting a pet featured in this week's Pets of the Week, call the Council Bluffs Animal Shelter at 712-328-4656. Looking for a sweet way to kill some time this Saturday? Starting at 10 a.m. at Botna Bend Park in Hancock, Iowa, it's the 20th annual maple tree tapping. The cost is just $6 the day of the event and $1 cheaper if you register by Wednesday, February 27th. The cost includes the sample of authentic maple candy. To register, call 712-328-5834. Coming up after the break, the Reaver Beat has the details on a huge road construction project on the campus of Iowa Western. Then, from the Mid-America Center, IWTV student Nathan Connolly has the details on the Council Bluffs Home and Landscape Show.
Pants, pants, pants. I am folding the pants. The pants are long. Do they go on my head? Do they? Do the pants go on my head? No. They go on.
Everyday moments can become teaching moments because learning starts long before school does. Give your child the start they need at bornlearning.org.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
This can't be happening. This can't be happening.
Of course it's not happening. Armored car. Listen, having money isn't about luck. Make your own coffee, save $1,000 a year. Feed me. Feed the pig.
So, are you going out tonight? I can't. My parents say I have to be home right after work. That's so gay. Totally gay.
Ugh, that is so Emma and Julia.
Why are you saying that's so Emma and Julia?
Well, you know, when something is dumb or stupid, you say that's so Emma and Julia.
Who says that?
Everyone.
Imagine if who you are were used as an insult. When you say that's so gay, do you realize what you say? Knock it off.
Today, we gather to recognize the selfless decision of one of the most influential women of our time. The woman who, after having one too many drinks, chose not to drive home buzzed. Here today to honor Rachel is the family whose lives she spared.
My pot of gold, your daddy's little girl, till heaven home.
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many. But what if you've had just one too many? Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
Welcome back. I'm Marie Zeitner with the Reaver Beat. We all use it on Iowa Western's campus, and so has just about every other student since the 1970s. Iowa Western Boulevard is falling apart, and plans are set to put in a new road. At first glance, it might not look that bad, but the road is bumpy and uneven, with pieces breaking off at the edges.
Probably the piece of our campus right now that's the least attractive is Iowa Western Boulevard.
For the past 40 years, students have been driving on Iowa Western Boulevard, and you can tell, made of gravel with asphalt poured over, the road is wearing down.
The existing roadway system just isn't sufficient to handle the traffic that's there now, so it's time to make an upgrade.
Redoing the road with money from the $22.5 million bond issue Iowa Western received last year.
When we're all done, hopefully we'll improve the appearance of our campus grounds.
An upgrade that will take 2 years to complete in a two-phase process.
From the Arts Center kind of around to the Student Center will be phase 1. In 2014, we will go from the Student Center all the way up to Highway 6.
And the road will be more than just fresh concrete.
It's also going to have curb and gutter, so the appearance is going to be much better.
In hopes it will attract more students to one of the fastest growing community colleges around.
I think overall the students and everyone that visits the campus is going to find it to be a very attractive roadway system, and one that I think everybody will be happy with.
Reconstruction of the new road will begin the day after graduation. More crosswalks and sidewalks will also be added. We're rolling out the carpet for one of Iowa Western's own program chairs. Moira Mangiamelli heads up the theater department and can now add another big award to her resume. Shanti Shakanoza talks with Mangiamelli about her success.
Hello everyone, I'm here today with the Iowa Western instructor Moira Mangiamelli that won Best Actress in a Play at the Omaha Entertainment and Arts ceremony. Hello Moira.
Hello.
First of all, I would love to congratulate you first with this title and ask you the question, how did you feel when you first heard your name as a winner?
I was surprised. There were a lot of very good actresses, wonderful actresses also nominated with me, and I didn't expect to win, so I was surprised but absolutely thrilled. It was a great honor.
Is there any current event maybe coming soon, like any current projects?
Right now I'm directing the Playboy of the Western World, which is the next student production here at Iowa Western, and that opens in early April, April 5th, runs for 2 weekends. It's a comedy that takes place in Ireland at the turn of the last century.
A question I would like to ask, maybe it's kind of personal, but what year was the highest and successful year in your life that you really enjoyed?
Probably the most beneficial for me overall was when I went back to graduate school. I was almost 40 years old when I went back to get my master's degree at Lincoln, at University of Nebraska at Lincoln, and I happened to be there at a time when there was just some amazing instructors. So I learned a lot about myself as an actor and as a person. I grew tons in those 3 years that I was in grad school, and it's affected everything I've done since then.
Well, I'm sure that you have many more years to go and
hoping.
succeed something more. Yeah. And thank you for joining us today, and thank you for watching us. For the River Beat, I'm Shanti Shakanoza, and back to you, Marie.
You can always find Mangiamelli directing plays and teaching young performers in the Arts Center on campus. This week at Iowa Western, students can still apply for Spring 2013 scholarships. Be sure to submit applications before Friday, March 15th. Contact Stacy Shockey at 712-325-3269 for more information and any questions. And coming up on campus, culinary students are selling tickets to the Gourmet Dinner Saturday, April 13th. Cost is $50 and includes an 8-course meal, 2 drinks, and a tip. Find any culinary student or contact Mike Hopp at mhoppe@iwcc.edu to get your tickets. You can also find more information in Rock. And check out Taste of Elegance. Culinary students from 6 states will compete Monday, March 11th from 5 to 7 p.m. in the Arts Center on campus. Cost is $5 and open to everyone. Be sure to like us on Facebook. For the Reaver Beat, I'm Marie Zeiner. See you on campus.
Thanks, Marie. The Council Bluffs Home and Landscape Show has made its way to the Mid-America Center once again. IWTV student Nathan Connolly gives us a look inside this large convention.
With spring just around the corner, ideas for home improvement are everywhere.
Some fencing, and I want one of those walk-in baths.
Kira McDowell and many others finding inspiration at the Council Bluffs Home and Landscape Show, February 23rd at the Mid-America Center.
It's a show of vendors and suppliers that provide services to homeowners. I mean, you can find windows, you can find roofing. You're looking at landscaping display here.
Displays spill out of the exhibit hall to just outside it, giving consumers an opportunity to see products and results in person.
Customers or the homeowners come out, it gives them more of an opportunity or more of a chance to look at different things.
Wes Harrison, aka Mr. Sound Effects, gives a seminar at the event, giving a few laughs in the process.
That's my living. I've done this for many, many years.
The exhibits and demonstrations run from Friday through Sunday. Heating and air providers even have their time to shine.
We have a fireplace, and then we also have our Armstrong line of residential heating and cooling equipment.
Event coordinator Marty Bungie says this is an opportunity for people to meet the businesses and find someone they trust.
It brings all those vendors and suppliers in one place. So if you're a homeowner, this is the place to come to get the information you need.
Not everyone in attendance buys the products, but nearly everyone is pleased with the experience.
I'm enjoying it quite a bit. Lots of candy. Kids are excited.
That was the 12th annual Council Bluffs Home and Landscape Show. For your Council Bluffs News, I'm Nathan Connolly.
Thanks, Nate. And thank you for watching this week's Council Bluffs News. If you have any questions, comments, or story ideas, email us at cbtv@iwcc.edu, call us at 712-325-3312, or send us a message on Facebook. You can find us at facebook.com/cbtv17. For your Council Bluffs News, I'm James Lathrop. See you next week.